Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny Berba. In today's video, I'm going to tell you one reason why you're struggling to date attractive women. When I say date, I mean having a sexual romantic relationship with a woman. That could be a long-term relationship, that could be finding a beautiful girlfriend, that could be openly dating, which is fine if it's with honesty, I think, where you're seeing several women, but every woman knows about it and maybe they're openly dating too. Or, or just in general, or just talking to women, just being around women. So one reason why you're struggling, whenever I say you, I mean, I'm targeting an audience, so it may not be you watching this now, it could be, probably is. It's also how I used to be, and it's an email I got from a student. I'm not going to say his name, I never give names away to disclose people's information. And the reason you're struggling, you probably don't know it, and I'm going to go very deep into it. This is going to change your life, this video, so make sure you stay on the video and don't run off. Put your coffee on hold. Embarrassment. Embarrassment is a massive insecurity that stops men from attracting beautiful women. So I got an email from a student. He took a boot camp. He took 2 boot camps with me, done 1 boot camp, done really well. On the 2nd boot camp, really noticeable the results because he was really serious about his personal development. The other students, obviously, they were newer. They did really well. They noticed it. This guy did fantastic. I really mean it. I even said to him, I don't think you need to do a 2nd boot camp. I think you've made, considerable gains. You've achieved what you wanted when you come to me, but he was insistent. And I said, fair enough, come on board. He was a lovely guy. I really got on well with him anyway. So I thought, fair enough. It made up the numbers. It was a full boot camp anyway. And he did really well in the boot camp, and the other guys are praising him. I always give credit where it's due, and I'm a very honest teacher. I won't give credit if it isn't, if it isn't honest. So he sent me an email after, thanking me about the boot camp. He also told me about he likes the members area. If you're not on the members area, by the way, make sure you get on it. It's a free 2-week trial. You get amazing content on there. I go really in depth, a lot of infield stuff. But he said to me, do you know what, Johnny, and I love, this is part of growth, this is how I know this guy's on the right track. He said to me, Johnny, can I be honest with you? I love the philosophy, I'm getting better, but I had trouble with being able to take the compliments from you and the guys on the boot camp. I had embarrassment, I felt embarrassed about being complimented, and he said, I can't understand it. And I sent him a long email, but I know this video is going to give him more clarity, I know he's going to see it. So this video is for my friend, because I really appreciate this guy working with me, and it's also for all of my followers and anyone I've ever worked with, or anyone who's, even a woman who's come on this, anyone who follows my stuff. I'm going to talk about why embarrassment for many years ruined my life and how it's transformed my life and how it's enabled me to teach men how to overcome embarrassment and attract beautiful women into their life. So for me, embarrassment is caused by trauma. I've said it before, I was bullied at school. My father was very strict on me and it created embarrassment. Now, I was so embarrassed that I was embarrassed to admit, I was embarrassed to stand in public. Can you believe that? I know it's hard to believe now because you see me doing stuff on the videos. I was so ashamed of living in the world and being a human that I used to walk my head down. I'd have my head down. My embarrassment caused me panic attacks. I had social anxiety. I had chronic anger because of trauma from bullies. So the embarrassment was so deep rooted from my trauma being bullied at school, my father being strict on me, that it created this this feeling of not feeling good enough for attractive women, this feeling of I was afraid socially. So the fear ran so deep. And back to what my student said, if someone complimented me, I got agitated, I felt uncomfortable, I felt uneasy, I couldn't handle it, I would put myself down. And I see him do it a few times, and that, again, that's a sign he's growing, because I've had to go through this. So your embarrassment, if you don't know it, is because of a trauma. Now, I don't know what trauma you've had. You could have got bullied at school, you could have had an abusive father, an abusive mother, you could have seen an abusive relationship in your household growing up. You might have had an abusive brother or sister, or one of your teachers at school, or maybe a best friend, or maybe a bully, or maybe you've been abusive to people. Maybe you've made someone feel embarrassed and it's made you feel bad. So embarrassment is caused. It's a reason. We're not just born into the world naked as a baby and we feel embarrassed. We're born, as they say in the Bible, in other scriptures and so forth. You don't have to believe it if you don't. I'm just stressing a point. We're born perfect or imperfect, but we're born pure. But our conditioning, our experiences You know, it's like, for example, you get a young kid and he dances and he's really good. Kids don't think about it, do they? And then adults start clapping, going, well done, amazing, amazing. And then after, he keeps getting reactions and maybe someone laughs and then he's conscious, he's self-conscious because someone's pointed it out, which is what my father did. He pointed out, you know, he criticised me on many levels. He physically, you know, abused me and stuff. He hit me sometimes and bullies at school. It made me self-conscious. So because I've experienced trauma, it's like going into a rough area. If you get robbed, you're going to go, I'm not going to that area again. No fucking way. Those guys robbed me, they bullied me, and I went through this, by the way. So because you've had a negative experience, it's, you know, it's left a stain on your psychology, on your what's the word I'm trying to get? You know, on your cognition. So because you're afraid of being judged, you don't want to go there again. And when you do things right, you've still got self-doubt because you're thinking, but I'm still because that person made me feel that way. Even when I do well, I don't really trust myself. I don't trust when people, I don't trust people. So to some extent, what it means, and it's exciting, don't feel frightened by this. If you hear this, don't go, oh my God, Johnny said I don't trust people, I don't trust myself. You're on the right path, trust me. It's because you don't fully trust yourself. And that's like, I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust myself when I had dozens of lays under my belt. Lays is sleeping with women. I'm using the pickup term, having a bit of fun here. I slept with lots of women. I still didn't trust myself. I didn't trust myself when I was fucking, you know, I told you guys, I confessed about my breakdown. I was running a business, I was successful. Part of my old insecurity, I was embarrassed of my talents. So sometimes we align embarrassment with our faults, but usually we're embarrassed of our talents. It's a term I've coined. So this is for my student. Don't be embarrassed of who you are. You're a very, very beautiful man. What you've done is very amazing. You're growing. That's why people come. The students were astounded by his performance. So don't be embarrassed by that. Now, we're not going to do it in one day, all right? So the boot camp may not get you over your embarrassment, but the boot camp's going to give you the results. You're going to go away after the boot camp. All my 6 weeks program, not always, because a lot of students just do the whole thing on my 6 weeks programs, or whatever you're going to challenge, you're going to go away, and I've said it before, it's the Jonah complex. You're going to go away, you're going to think, fuck, shit, oh my God, I got laid with an attractive woman. I'm that loser guy, I got bullied at school, I'm the guy that felt abandoned, I'm the guy that had no self-love, I'm the guy that maybe my father or my mother or my sister or my brother used to abuse them, I'm the guy that got laughed at, but now I'm the guy getting laid with attractive women, and part of me still feels ashamed or embarrassed about it. So embarrassment is shame, it's self-doubt, it's what Jeff says, it's falling into the shadow side, the parts of us that are not really us, all right? So what you want to do is, you want to recognize that embarrassment is not as bad as you think. Everyone gets embarrassed, but we don't want to get caught up in embarrassment. We don't want to stay in that place. We want to move out of embarrassment. And the way we do that is, we need to compliment ourselves, because it's true what Jeff says, and it really is true. I've understood it on a very deep level in my own life and from teaching other people. The way we treat ourselves is the way we treat the least of us and everyone. So when you're saying that I'm not comfortable, embarrassed, you've got to get comfortable with yourself. I could sit here now with a guy that slept with loads of women, have made millions of pounds, but maybe had a trauma and say good things about him. And if he doesn't believe it for himself, my words are, well, I'm not going to say they're useless, but they're not going to hit him. So it takes time, it takes self-inquiry, it takes recognizing what it is, and you've got to work through it. And it took me years, you know, to some extent I'm still working through these issues now. And that's why I'm a good teacher, that's why I'm amazing with women, that's why my students come on my courses, and I've had students work with me for 3 days from abroad and take a beautiful woman from the street with honesty and congruency and sleep with her and have an amazing time. Some of my other students, some stories where I worked with a guy in his 40s that had worked with me for 1 year. Every Sunday we used to work together, every second Sunday, sorry. We'd work together. Those are the times when I was more, my teaching was a bit different, but it was still very clean, very honest, very practical, you know, going out talking to girls. He slept with a beautiful Asian girl and he dated her for 2 years. I had another guy that I worked with that done a boot camp with another company. He got some, you know, he done fairly well, but he wanted to go further. And I'm just being honest. He said that my teaching was just next level, it's profound. He said working with you was just, it was different class, different level. He was in his 50s. This guy, you know, he did look really good for his age, by the way, but he had self-doubt. There was probably some embarrassment there somewhere down the line, whether he said it. He slept with a beautiful English girl, so many of the pictures, was in a relationship with her, because he learned to be honest. So embarrassment, we have to be honest to overcome it. We have to have patience. We have to get clarity. We have to self-inquire, and it takes time. So that's what's stopping you from dating these attractive women. And I know, and it's very kind of complex, because on one level you're going, well, of course I want attractive women, but they're going to reject me. They're not going to like a guy like me. They're not going to date a guy that's short. They're not going to date a guy that's tall and skinny and losing his hair. They're not going to date a guy from a council estate that was on job seekers allowance that could never compete with people that are from a different, class or, different background or had a different privilege in their life. Why is a girl going to want a guy? Why is she going to want a guy that's only slept with one woman? That's only been with the girl that we met in high school. Why is she going to want to date a virgin guy that's in his 40s that's never slept with any woman? But that's not true. That's not true, because I was saying the same thing. I was a 21-year-old virgin. I was so insecure. I got bullied at school. I slept with a prostitute. I didn't see my first girl till I was 22. I was still insecure. It took me many years, and I had to build the relationship myself and realize that the only embarrassment was coming from me. Because everyone feels embarrassment, but now I'm not embarrassed. Now I can get onto the camera and be fully honest, fully congruent, and I'm not embarrassed. Even if my dad sees it, I don't care. I've got 20,000 subscribers. I've got over 3 million views, and the channel is growing, and I'm very proud to show it. And if someone criticizes me, someone judges me, someone's got bad things to say, that's all right. As Jeff would say, I'm your teacher, because I'm showing you where you're going wrong, because you're criticizing me. That's an insecurity in you. We're all teachers. So do I not get embarrassed sometimes? Of course I do. I get embarrassed when, maybe a girl will say I've got beautiful eyes. That might throw me a bit. My old self might go up, and get away. I get my old self away, and this is who I am, and I like who I am now. So it takes time, but you know what? The fact that you've wrote that email, the fact that you've taken 2 boot camps, the fact that you're going on dates, the fact that you're getting the results. The embarrassment's coming from feeling that you don't deserve to get the results because of the trauma, because of maybe what your friend said or your dad said or the guy at school said or the bully said or what the social conditioning said or what that voice in our head at the back says, the voice that says, and Jeff says as well, so I'm quoting Jeff, it's just because his stuff is so, I just resonate with it, because it says if people really knew what you was like, if people knew what shit you've gone through, if people knew how fucking aggressive you can be sometimes, so what? We're human. We all fall out, we all get angry, we all get embarrassed, we all feel judgmental sometimes, but we recognize that's not the way to be and we pull ourselves back in, right? So it's a good thing. You've seen the embarrassment, you've identified it, and you've actually gone out and took action because you've done 2 boot camps with me and you got amazing results. You're on the path, you're doing so well. I'm proud of you. And that's why you sent the email for me. You want confirmation. You need to get the confirmation for yourself. I can't give it to you, but I can give it to you, but I can't give it to you. Because you come on the boot camp, you did the work, and you got amazing results. And that's what my teaching's about. I teach men how to overcome embarrassment. I teach men how to go from feeling insecure. I don't just teach them, I get them results. I've done it, I do it every week. That's how good my teaching is. Taking you from being a virgin. I'm not ashamed to admit I was a virgin at 21. I'm not afraid to admit that I was so afraid of attractive women that when I got them back to my house, I couldn't get an erection. I'm gonna say it quietly because there's women in the park and being respectful. I couldn't get an erection, I had to go and get some herbal Viagra. I'm not embarrassed to tell you that, I'm very proud. Because I got the confidence after to do it naturally, without the Viagra, do it honestly. I had the confidence and I became that guy. I am that man. I am that attractive man that women want. I am the guy that when I walk into clubs, women stare at me without me saying the word. I am that guy, that's the truth. I walk down the street and women find me attractive. I don't have to say that, I just got to be myself. Without even trying. I'm also the guy that women turn down. I'm the guy that when I go up to a woman, she looks at me, oh, he's not my type. But that's okay too, because I know who I am and I've got the self-love and I'm not embarrassed. And if I get embarrassed, I'm not afraid to admit that I am embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed to be embarrassed. So don't worry, you're on the right path. And the way you do it is by practicing. I told you through the email. We can't do it sitting at home having a wank. I wish we could because it'll be cheaper. We have to go out and continuously practice. And at the first level, guys are probably embarrassed about getting in touch with me because they've got problems. They want to go and call a man. I can't judge you, I'm the same. I was embarrassed. Floyd helped me, I was embarrassed to get help from Floyd. I'm not embarrassed no more, I thank Floyd. I'm not embarrassed to admit that the level that Floyd helped me to a certain level, I've taken level to up here, I've gone to a higher level. And I get fearful sometimes, that's okay. Why is it okay? Because I say it's okay. I don't have to worry about other people's opinion about me. It doesn't matter. It matters what I think, it matters what you think. So the embarrassment is a sign that you're growing. At every level, embarrassment will rise again. Your old story will visit you sometimes. But I'm starting to like that old part of me, the jealous part of me, the insecure part, the part that feels that needs to protect himself. That if other men come in, I've got to change my body language. I don't need to do that. But if I get a reminder of that, I just say, up, I laugh again, I say, he's not the real me, that's the insecure part of me. That's the part of me that the bullies embarrassed me. I got bullied in my school, I got slapped in the face and spat on, and everyone was laughing in the playground. The laughter sounded like the laughter of death. It was howling, and it was laughter, it was sound demonic. But I'm glad they'd done it, because I wouldn't be the man I am. I wouldn't have got the results, I wouldn't have the integrity and the honesty and the congruency, and I couldn't teach you at this level. So I know how you feel, and it's good for you, right? For the guys that are too embarrassed to send me an email, to take a boot camp with me, or to have a sit down with me, or just send me an email, just tell me how you feel, even if you're not ready to take a course yet. Or the guys that are too embarrassed to go in Starbucks and order a coffee, or too embarrassed to tell your friend that you don't like the way he's treating you, the way he's treating other people. You can't be around him, you can't be a part of it. You love him, but you can't part of it. Or the part of you that's too embarrassed to take your clothes off and go into a swimming pool, because that's how I felt. The embarrassment was so deep, I was embarrassed of my body. Even when I got in shape and I had a six-pack and I had muscles, I still had the embarrassment. It was so deep-rooted psychologically that even me on the outside, on the exterior looking the part, I didn't feel like on the inside. I had to go on the inside to cleanse the outside. So that is what's stopping you from getting labelled attractive. Not pick up bullshit, not the stuff that, as Jeff said, the ostentation, do this, tell our stories. Fuck the stories. Fuck the pick up stuff, so I'm passionate. Now, honesty is what works. We need honesty. So I'm going to go back to what I said in my video. Honesty overcomes embarrassment. Honesty will get you confident. Honesty will get attractive women drawn to you. But then you're going to say to me, but I'm embarrassed to be honest, because if I'm honest, she might reject me. She may reject you. You've got to handle it. That's what gets you stronger. You'll get more confident with the honesty, you'll get more congruent, and the honesty will be aligned, it will come from a very, very calm place, and women will be all over you. Your problem will be, I'm embarrassed, I've got so many women, I'm afraid my friends are jealous, I want to give on to my friend. I'm going to teach my friend, I'm going to help my friend, all right? Guys, I really appreciate that, right? And I hope that's, I know that's going to help you. Like and subscribe, enjoy the process. If you want to get my help and you want to get over embarrassment, low self-esteem, lacking confidence, you've never had a girlfriend, virgin, or you just want to go out and get comfortable around women, or you just want to generally get amazing with women, check out my 6-week transformation program. Click the link below. It's my signature program. It changes lives. And you can also check out my, I don't even know how I'm saying it, but I'll justify it anyway. Check out my student transformation, see the results the guy gets. It's life-changing, all right? I'd love to see you on all my courses. I'd love to connect with you, work with you, and change your life, all right? Enjoy the process, and I'll see you soon. Bye.